let's build a remarketing campaign. And if you're not sure what remarketing is or how it works, go listen to my lecture about generating remarketing code, and I give an overview of how remarketing works in that lecture. So in this scenario, we've already generated our remarketing code and created a remarketing list. And if you haven't done that already, also go visit that lecture and generate the code first. And then come back here and let's create a campaign. So there's not a specific remarketing type of campaign at the top level. It actually falls under display network only. So we'll create a display network only campaign and let that load here. And then what makes it a remarketing campaign is the targeting that we choose. So I'm going to change this to no marketing objective. Keep it for all features. And then you create your campaign settings like a normal display campaign. You set a budget, you set your bids, your CPCs, etc. And I talk all about how to do that in the lecture about creating a regular display campaign. And then we'll save and continue. And let's see, what am I missing here? A name, of course. Let's call it remarketing. And come down here and save and continue. And then this is where we create an ad group. And we'll call it remarketing. Put a max CPC in there of $1. And here we go. So you can see the interest in remarketing option down here under choose how to target your ads. Click on that. And then here where it says select category, click on that. And right here, click on remarketing lists, and it shows us a list of all the remarketing lists that we've created. So far, we just have 2. We have all visitors, and we have contact form converters. And it would tell us the list size, how many people are on the list right here. Now, since we haven't actually installed this code on a real website, there aren't any people. But once you have this code on your website, you might see 100 or 1,000 or 10,000, however many people are on your list based upon how many people are visiting your website. So let's go ahead and add all visitors to our list. And we're not going to let AdWords find new customers based on this because I don't really trust that option, at least not starting out. And we'll hit save and continue. And let's skip ad creation for now. I talk about creating ads, specifically text ads, in a different lecture, so check that out for tips on creating really strong ads. And alright, let me also show you how to exclude a remarketing list from your campaign. And this same idea applies both to remarketing campaigns and just any other kind of display network campaign. So go to the display network tab, and then go to interest in remarketing. And then let's go down here, and you can see campaign audience exclusions. We'll click on that. And then we can actually pick a remarketing list that's already been created and exclude any people on that list from seeing our ads. So for example, we'll pick contact form converters so that we don't show our ads to people who already have filled out a contact form. You can do the same thing for people who've already purchased from you. You don't want to show them ads again, so you exclude purchasers from your campaign. It's just another advanced type of feature and kind of strategy for remarketing, which makes your campaign more effective. You can also, over here under site category options, you can change some settings about what kinds of websites your ads show on. So if you don't want to associate your ad with questionable websites, there are a bunch of options here you can turn on and off. So for example, if you wanted to be super brand safe, you could exclude all these types of sensitive content from seeing your ads. And that will help to protect your brand and not associate it with these types of websites. Then there are other types of placements which aren't necessarily problematic, although you could think of gambling potentially as not something you want to associate your brand with. But other types of placements where maybe you don't think you'll get good performance. So for example, forums, parked domains, error pages, things like that. You can exclude any of these that you want to. You can also do the same thing for digital content if it has a label. So for example, if you don't want to show your ads with mature audiences, you can exclude those. And then if you don't want your ads showing up within video content, then you could exclude that there. Also, if you don't want your ads showing up below the fold on websites, so if you don't want people to have to scroll down on a website before viewing your ad, you could exclude that here. I don't recommend that necessarily, but it's an option. And then also, if you don't want your ads to show up on kind of those pages or the screens you'll see in apps, where it's called an interstitial, but it's where an ad shows up, say, between screens or before you get into an app, you can exclude your ads from showing there by hitting excluded and save. All right, and another great thing to exclude from your display campaigns, both remarketing and general display campaigns, are gaming apps. Because those apps, particularly ones that children frequent, are very prone to generating lots of irrelevant traffic and ad spend. And often what I do for clients is I actually just do not show their display ads in any apps at all because of the pretty poor performance we typically see. The way you can exclude that, it's kind of annoying. That's not a great way of doing it, but you can go to placements, and you can go to add what they call a placement exclusion. Typically, this is what you would do to exclude a specific website from seeing your ads, but Google's built kind of a workaround here. And go to where you can enter a placement and type AdSense for mobileapps.com. And if you actually go to that domain, it will redirect you to a help article talking about this issue and telling you how to exclude this traffic from your display campaigns. So we'll add that placement as an exclusion and save that. And now this campaign will not show any ads on mobile apps because of that exclusion there. And there we go. That is how you create a remarketing campaign.